Hi, I'm Belle, and this is my tarot week ahead forecast for the week beginning April the 28th. I don't know about you, but I feel that this year so far has been energizing, in some ways quite exciting, and also absolutely exhausting. And so in some ways I'm glad that what we have is a slightly quieter week. However, we have very competing energies. So let's start and look at what is in the place of the head. So this is the universal head, the collective head, you, me, everyone. And last week you may remember that I titled the video A New Adventure, and here it is, the new adventure, which begins here in our thoughts, in our perception. And there's a lot of energy here because we want to make a new start. We are beginning something which has energy now. So we know this, and we may feel this even if you, like me, are feeling pretty wrung out by the year and it's not even May yet. Then this is probably part of your underlying motivation, is something new, something that's beginning now, even if all the circumstances aren't perfect. However, what follows that, and this goes through the week, through the spread, is slowly, slowly, catchy monkey. I think we'll sit and think about this for a while. I think we will take our time. We will not be doing anything rash, and this is important. This is not a week for impetuousness. It is a week for slowly and steadily, steady is the word here, actually either reflecting on what we want to do or doing what we need to do in a slow, steady, disciplined way. So what we're not doing is going off at half cock, not knowing what we want to accomplish, maybe saying things that we regret later, but slow and steady is the way to get there. So this is the card of patience, I know. If you've had a strong week after the really strong astrology that we are all experiencing, and particularly last weekend, then feeling patient might not be your immediate go-to emotion. You might want to feel like, I need to sort this now, I need to say this now, I need to get on with something, I need to make a change. But the tarot is saying, be patient even now, because this will get you to where you want to go rather than hindering your progress. There is another aspect to this, and the reason I'm saying, the reason I'm starting here is because I'm now going to show you something that's a little bit more uncomfortable. So, in our relationships, now these can be very close relationships, very close personal, family, committed relationships. It can be, but equally here, we also have this within our friendships, which might include our working partnerships and our children. So in a very large area of our life, we may have difficulties in our relationships which turn up as arguments, fighting, very different, very strong opinions. And here we may feel that we have to make a decision. It's either yes or no, I stay or I go. So now I hope that it's obvious why being patient is important, because what we don't want to do is wreck something. What we do want to do is make change. We are ready for our new adventure. We are ready to restructure our lives. Now, I've spoken about this over previous weeks, that sometimes, and we know this anyway, sometimes in order to restructure something, we have to take something apart and then rebuild it or refashion it out of some of the material that we have, but we are making significant structural change. And this week, it's very much within our closest relationships that we need to make structural change. Now, part of that structural change might be explaining ourselves, listening to others, giving them space, allowing ourselves to take the time to reflect, not doing things too quickly. Now, it may be that you are feeling like, well, do you know what? I've been ready for this adventure for a really long time. I really don't want to hang around anymore. Well, I understand that. I absolutely do. But what I also understand is that the cards are saying that energy, if you're that energy for change, if you're not careful, might take you somewhere that you don't want to go. It might not take you to where you want or where you think you want to go. So even though you may be feeling good, I want to get on with this, I know where I'm going, this is what I want, I'm very clear. I mean, how great to feel those things. That's excellent. However, the energy needs to be harnessed, maintained, steady as you go, because in order for the life force, let's go down here a bit more, in order for the life force to support us, then we will have to take our time. Whatever changes may begin now, they may have begun recently, but the actual working through of those changes could be a lengthy process. So don't spend all of your energy in 1 week. Take the time, be patient again, because ultimately what will work, and of course this is general, this is for everybody, but what will work best for you and me will be a disciplined approach. Even if we feel provoked, we feel cross, we feel we've had enough, we want to stop this, we want to start something else, the disciplined approach. So what does that mean, the disciplined approach? Well, I feel that it means, let's come back to some of these here. I feel that it means being careful with our communications. How do we communicate with others the changes that we really want to see? How do we say to somebody else, I can't do this anymore, or this needs to change, or I have a vision of a different future? Because if you are able to express yourself in a way that somebody else can hear, then it'll be much easier to change the structures, whatever those structures are, to change them into something else which is positive, life affirming, and good for you. Now, we all have our personal relationship with change. Some people will welcome change and think it's great and want to get on board immediately. Other people will be more cautious and want to work out the details before anything else happens. So you know yourself. You know how you deal with change. And if in the past you have, let's say, you might have rushed in and tried to make something happen very quickly, and that has or hasn't worked for you, then this is a time to learn from our past experiences. Learn from when we handled change well. How did we do that? What did we do? Did we take more time? Did we try to express ourselves more considerately to others? Because I think that one of the keys this week, if we are going through really difficult times in our closest relationships, is to look at how we express ourselves in words. How do we do that? Do we get frustrated? Do we do a bit of shouting? Do we walk away until we've calmed down? How do we do that? What tools do we employ so that somebody else can actually hear what we're saying? So these are things to consider this week, is how you communicate to somebody else that change needs to happen. So, of course, part of this might be you communicating with yourself. So if your mind is going like that and you're finding it really difficult to ground yourself, then please do that first. Before you start talking to other people, ground yourself. You know what I'm going to say? Yoga, dancing, walking, singing, breathing, meditating, going to the sea, being in the woods, being with the trees. So this is another, I'm going to say that this is an exciting week because in the basement, and I do like this very much, in the basement we have these three, and with the life force in the centre, it's telling us very clearly that actually that life is rising. There's a lot of life force rising for all of us, so we can feel benefit from this. It's a bit like the sun coming out. I mean, it says that that's what it's referring to, but we need to feel it in here, life force. And on both sides, we have people who are very calmly and quietly just getting on with whatever it is that they normally do. They're not rushing about, they are sitting, they're contemplating, they are steady, slow, patiently working through what they want to change, how they want to communicate that, and putting it into practice. So, interesting week for all of us, I think. And as usual, I'm going to say that if this is a week where you are feeling very ungrounded, if you have been discombobulated by events, whether they're very recent or not so much, then please do get in touch because I can help you. There's an awful lot of it about. The tectonic plates of life are changing, and this will affect everybody in our own individual ways at some point. So whether it's things which are happening far away, or whether it's things that's happening right here, I'm a really good person to come to help you understand what's happening and make choices and decisions based on that understanding. Okay, you can contact me by going below and leaving a little note in the comments. Hi Belle, interested in a reading. You can go to my Facebook page, which is called Belle's Tarot. Big surprise. Or you can contact me personally by going to Messenger Belle Bartlett. And that will be Belle Bartlett Devon Psychic Reader. So I look forward to seeing you at some point, and I wish us all an interesting week. Take care.